Okay, so what if I told you that the entire rulebook for building a successful business has just been, well, thrown out? Seriously, forget everything you were taught. We're about to dive into a brand new world where the old logic is dead and tiny, super focused teams are building absolute empires. This isn't some future prediction, this is the new reality. Just think about it for a second. Go on, picture a group of people, maybe even fewer people than you had in your high school class. And that tiny team is building companies with valuations like this. We're talking over 800 crore rupees. No, that is not a typo. These are not your typical unicorns built by thousands of employees. These are lean, mean war machines built by just a handful of operators. Now, if that number just shocked you, you're probably still stuck on an old, completely broken idea. You know the one that says to grow, you need a fancy glass tower office, a massive payroll, and millions from investors just to even play the game. Well, let me be clear. That model isn't just inefficient anymore, it is obsolete. It's a relic from another time. Today, the game has been completely reset. So to really get where we're going, we first have to understand what we're leaving behind. Let's break down the outdated playbook, because the very definition of what a successful company looks like has been flipped completely on its head. The old logic, it was pretty simple, right? More inputs were supposed to mean more outputs, or, so we were told. More employees, more offices, more expenses. These were seen as badges of honor, signs of growth. But today, the game is all about maximizing what actually matters: profit, speed, and control, by getting rid of all those old school inputs. And look, this isn't just some theory I'm talking about. Let's look at the new reality in action. This is a world where being resourceful is infinitely more valuable than just having resources. Picture this as the modern blueprint. You've got a tiny team, let's say 8 people. Their office? It's wherever their laptops are. They focus on building one single piece of software, one product, and they make it incredibly well. Then, using the internet as their distribution channel, they sell it to the entire world. And the result? 100 crore rupees in revenue. No factory, no layers of middle management, zero bloat, just pure, brutal, smart execution. So you have to be asking, what is actually making this possible? Because this isn't happening by magic. It's a massive technological revolution, and we've just hit the tipping points, all powered by 3 specific drivers. Okay, this is the power trio that's driving this entire revolution. First up, you have AI tools acting like force multipliers, just massively amplifying what a single person is capable of doing. Second, automation lets these teams build systems that work for them 24/7 without getting tired. And third, the internet gives them instant, zero-cost global distribution. This combination, this is the engine. But, the technology is really only half the battle. The other half, and honestly the more critical piece, is a fundamental shift in mindset. It's all about moving away from a culture of just adding more stuff to a culture of building better systems. And here's the brutal truth. Most people, when they're faced with a problem, their first thought is, I need more people. It's just the default reaction. But the top 1%, the people building these new kinds of companies, they think completely differently. Their first instinct is always, I need a better system. This right here, this one thought is the key that unlocks everything else. It's the shift from managing people to engineering systems. It's all about building assets like code, processes, automated workflows that work for you instead of just hiring more people to do the work. And that small change in perspective, well, that's the whole game. That's the difference between just crawling forward and achieving truly exponential scale. So why are these small teams not just surviving, but actually winning? What's their unfair advantage against their larger, more bloated competitors? Well, they operate with an advantage that big companies just can't buy. Decisions get made in hours, not fiscal quarters. Their calendars aren't choked with useless meetings. They don't have that crushing pressure of a massive payroll, which means they can operate with insane profit margins. They are lean, they're agile, and frankly, they're lethal. But of all of those advantages, one is king. The single most powerful weapon in their arsenal is speed. In a world that changes literally overnight, the ability to move and execute faster than everybody else, that's everything. It really just comes down to this simple, brutal equation. The faster you can build, the faster you can ship, and the faster you can learn, the faster you capture the market and the money. Today, speed isn't just a nice feature to have, it is the currency of victory. Now here's the warning label. This isn't just some interesting trend that you can watch from the sidelines. If you ignore the shift, if you keep clinging to that old, outdated playbook, you will be left behind.
And I want to be clear, this won't be a slow decline. You will be left behind aggressively. People your own age with fewer resources than you are going to build faster, earn more, and achieve their goals, while you're still just planning your first move. That fear of being left in the dust, it becomes real fast.
Which, of course, brings up the big question. It's one thing to know what is happening, but it's a whole other thing to know how. So how exactly are these teams pulling this off? What are the specific tools they're using? What skills do you need to develop? What does the day-to-day strategy actually look like? And that is exactly what we're going to break down in part 2. Today, we've laid the foundation of the why. Next time, we're going to build the entire house of the how. So as we wrap this up, I want you to burn this one idea into your mind. In the future that is already here, your value isn't your headcount. It's about the power and the intelligence of the systems you build. The question is no longer, who can I hire? It's, what can I build?